So, for this video, I need you to make this little Chinese lantern. And it may not seem all that impressive. That's because it's pretty simple and straightforward. But I'll do the best I can to explain how to make this little thing. So, without further ado, first thing you want is a red paper. You want to fold it over. I don't know if you guys can see this, but you want to fold it over, make it into a square, like as much as possible. Okay, I cannot make squares. Okay. So, once you have folded it over and it looks like this, you're pretty much almost done from there. This is a space pen. Space pen. So yeah, you just want to make it into this triangle here. Fold it going upward like this, like so. Let's see. You want to make it like literally as square as possible. Like you cannot have this as like a rectangle. It'll be hard. It all depends on how you fold this, is how good it'll come out. Apart from that, it should be pretty easy. Let's see. And I do not have like any other, paper or anything, so it's gonna be a little difficult. So, when you tear that off, you end up with a square. So, from here, square, fold it this way. Or actually, no. You want to fold it one more time to make a crease down the center of this big triangle. So make it like a smaller triangle in that case. So make it like a small triangle. So we're going from square, fold it in half, fold that in half, open it back up, and then take this edge and fold it across this thing. You want to have it to where it's almost like, I don't know if you guys can see that crease, but there's a crease here, right? So this crease is where you want it to make it look like almost a diamond. So when you fold it again, oh god. Dang, I have to do this on a paper. Ah man, this is my life now. Shoot. But remember, you don't want to make it like too big because then it won't fold, at least correctly. So then it'll look kind of like somewhat. No. It'll look like this. And you can see like one side is bigger than the other. That's perfectly fine. It doesn't need to be perfect, but yeah, now you want to draw your pattern. So for me, I'm going to draw a line going straight down the center of it, which is right here. So like it'll go straight down. So the line's going to be going from that midpoint all the way to the bottom. Now, let's see. You got to get some scissors and string. So for the string, I'm just going to pull it off my mask because I have a billion of these and I can always get more string. So here's some string, and it's elastic too, so it works. And now we need scissors. Let's see. Although it's traditional not to use scissors, I prefer to use it to just get a little bit more, looking nice. If I can find scissors, that would be amazing. Like 100% amazing. Oh my goodness. Oh no. I'm just going to be rummaging through my, Okay, scissors. So, when you have scissors, you're going to cut out a design that you have drawn on the sides here. So for mine, I'm going to get a petal. Mine's going to be more of just lengthened out, if you may. So it'll go from here Same with the other side. And remember, you want to try to make them as equal as possible. That is going to be my petal for my leaf design. So I'll cut it out now. I'm hoping this comes out correct, because if not, I just wasted like 30% of my battery. Let's see. Okay, that gets rid of this flap. Boop. And one more. Boop. Let me just cut off this edge. I'm not sure if this is going to do anything, but... Okay. So now, you should be left with a design like a flower. So this flower, you're going to get one more piece of paper just because you want it to look as nice as possible. And also because you got to make holes for it still. So put this to the side, put this to the side, and this to the side. And that goes over there. So now you have another piece of paper. Put out your flower or other design that you chose of on the paper. Get a pen, marker, pencil, whatever you want. And then you're going to start to trace out the design of that flower. And I'm making it seem like easy, but trust me, it took me like at least 20 or 30 times to do this. I'm kidding, no it didn't. It took me only like 3. And you can change the design of the actual flower itself. It's recommended that you stay with your regular style that you kept, or that you have already. And there we go. So, now that I'm done with mine, I have a figure right here, right? For me, my favorite thing to do is always cut them out straight, just straight out. But for those of you who are doing them round, you want to round out these edges or make them a little smaller. So I'm going to start cutting mine out and show you what I mean right now. And like, some of them may not be even, but that'll be fine. I mean, if they're not even, just try your best. It's not like about winning or losing anything, because you're not really winning or losing anything. It's about how much effort you put in the first place. So it all just depends on what you did and how you did it. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Oh my god, this is taking up a lot more time than I think it is. 8 minutes. Let's go. I'll just clear my space a little bit. Okay. And then after you're done cutting out these, you're going to roll them up a little bit just so that they can kind of get like more of a look of a ball, and also so that they can round out and kind of just curve a little bit more. So when you like pull on them or twist them or whatever you want to do to them, it'll look a little bit more natural than just folding it inward. And bases sometimes can be a little bit bigger. It's alright if they are. Just try to make sure that your petals are a little bit longer than the base. Like, you try to make sure that they're a little more towards, like, the thinner side, if that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, what I mean is, like, just try to make your petals here thin, and then it will come out nice. This is probably going to come out ugly for me, but that's fine. And I'm using construction paper, by the way, so it should be a little harder for me. Okay, so this is my flower design. I'm going to get the excess and just throw it all away, because I don't think you'll need that at all. No, I know you won't need that, because I've done this. Okay, let me cap this. Okay, see. So, now you're going to get the edges and kind of just roll them a little bit. Get them like that, roll them up, and then just kind of let them go. And they'll start to get that shape. I should probably turn off caps. Okay. Now, here's the fun part. Trying to puncture the holes without ripping the actual thing. What I do, get this, and then just stab a hole into it, into each one of them. Just one by one. Okay, now get your scissors and kind of widen the hole for the first one, because you still have to tie a knot going into it. So mine's going to be a regular shoelace knot. It's just going to be like one whole knot, just like that. Cut off the excess right here. Now it should hold. Then thread your other remainders and whatever through the rest of these petals. And you can widen each petal like whole, and it should be easy to do that, but if it's not, then you might need to just get a thinner piece of paper, because like I said, or I didn't say this before, but the thicker your paper is, the slight bit harder it is to just get it into a round shape. But the thinner the paper, the easier it might be. So you want to get the right ratio of how thick and thin it is. So you're going to just thread them through each of the holes that you made. And this is one part. Now you're going to get the other three, because you should have a total of 6 petals, if not more. This is the last one. There. So after you're done with your last one, you should have a ball like this. Now, poke a hole through the bottom with your pen or a pencil. That was a little on the bigger side, so I need to get a bigger knot. Or I could just tuck this in, create the knot. And the more knots that you do, the bigger this little ball that has been made, the bigger that will be. So, yeah, we're at 15 minutes. Okay. So now, that hole that you created, yeah, that thing is going to be that hole that you're going to put this string through. You could do this in the very beginning, before you actually start to create the ball. But I choose to do it at the end since it's more of cosmetics than anything. And also because it's just a little easier sometimes. No, it's actually not. It's a little harder. I should have done this first. But going to string that through. Make sure this top part has a knot to keep these from folding back. And also to prevent it from doing something else. Like getting the petals back in their positions and falling out of place and so on. That's just to prevent that from happening. Alrighty. And then that should be just about it. You have your first, which you can create like a little bow out of, which I'll teach you how to do that. Get one side, get the other side, and then tie it like so. Now you got yourself a little bow. And this side could be the top if you wanted to. If you really wanted it to be like that nice, then you could have this side be the top. And that's it. Mine is a little lopsided, but that's perfectly fine because it just is. So yeah, that's how you make these. You can write anything you want on them. Honestly, I just prefer to write good luck or good fortune on them because that's just how it looks. That's just how it's supposed to be interpreted, I guess. But thank you for everyone that watched, and yeah, have a nice weekend or week or something like that. I forgot which day it was, but that's okay. So yeah, thank you for watching, and bye.